What's up guys, Ethan here, Nerdy Family, and I'm back with another video. It's been quite a while. Sorry you guys, I apologize about that. It's just that time of the year, it's the holidays, we're kind of busy, and it's taken a while for me to get back to doing some videos. But we're back, and I am back with my first video review, basically, of Rogue One. This review is going to have spoilers in it, so guys, if you're watching, if you don't want to see the spoilers, please come back later after you've seen the movie. Now, if you guys haven't seen the movie and you're not really a big Star Wars fan and you don't really care about spoilers, I'm not going to spoil much. It's not going to be a big spoiler review, and I'm not going to break down a bunch of things in the inside of this review either. I'm going to save that for a discussion that I'm going to have with a couple of my friends. You can check out the video. I basically shot some of the video last night. There was a lot of people there at the premiere, or the opening of it here on Maui. We saw the first showing on the island.
Bit of a
It was great. Movie was absolutely excellent, and I'm just gonna break it down with the character of Jean Oso. She was a great casting, basically. She was casted perfectly for this role, in my opinion, and the storyline to these characters is pretty good. Now, they don't give us a whole lot of backstory into the rest of the Rogue One characters or cast. You only get basically a backstory on Jean, so that's why I'm just going to basically only mention her by name. The rest of the cast that's with her, you don't really get too much backstory. Sorry guys, that's my first spoiler. You get little glimpses as to who they are. A spy, two of them former Jedi Temple, what do you call them? I guess you can call them kind of like security guards or monks is what they call them. And that's basically it for the rest of them. Now, as the story evolves in the movie, things get a little bit more in depth, but as far as their characters go, they don't really go back as to explain who they are, where they came from, why they're where they were when they became part of this team. That's going to be my main criticism of the movie. Is this is supposed to be a standalone movie by itself, but yet it leaves questions as to who these people are and how did they get to where they were. How did these characters come to be part of the rebellion? That's basically the main question coming out of this movie. Now, as far as the movie as a whole, I would give it 2 thumbs up, big time. The reason why is cinematically, it's great. It's just like all Star Wars movies. I mean, even from episode 1 through 7, even if you don't like the first 3, you can still say cinematically they were shot well. That's like this movie. Cinematically, shot very great. The storyline to me, really good, other than that little bit of backstory that I would have liked. That's just me personally. I would have liked there to be a backstory behind these characters. But as far as everything else in the movie was awesome. Now here's going to be the spoiler. If you're going into this movie thinking that, remember, spoiler, if you're going in and you're thinking that these characters somehow are going to be or are a part of a bigger story, don't think that. They're not going to be in any other movies. Like I said, spoiler, they all die at the end. I went in there thinking that they might somehow be able to play a role in a future movie, just because I was thinking, well, maybe they'll try to do it. That tends to be a theme with Star Wars and Disney movies, is they try to somehow incorporate them together, and where later on they can use them again. Not the case here. Basically, at the end of this movie, like I said, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know this, so it's not going to be that big of a spoiler. But if you're not, this is another spoiler. So they are able to steal the plans for the Death Star, and they transmit it up to the Rebellion ships. And as they do so, the Death Star destroys the planet that they are on, killing everybody on the planet. That's basically the end of the movie. Now, remember, this movie is to take place in between the original three and the first three. So this is supposed to take place in between episodes 3 and 4. And basically it does. Now remember, episodes 3 is the Clone War, or Attack and Revenge of the Clone War, I think. And then A New Hope. It's right there in the middle, and right at the end basically is the beginning of episode 4. And what I mean by that is the end of the movie has Princess Leia receiving the Death Star plans, which she then gives to R2-D2 to deliver to Obi-Wan Kenobi. And remember, she's fleeing from Darth Vader. That is the end of this movie. Now, going back to non-spoilers, so we're back to off-spoiler, but like I said, that was basically the main spoiler of the whole movie. Is, like I said, I'm going to spoil it again. They die at the end of the movie. That's basically it. Now, the end of the movie is really good and it's really dramatic as these rebels start to basically be killed off. There were people in the movie that were crying. I wasn't that touched by it because I kind of had a sense going in that that was going to happen anyway. But they developed these characters pretty well, other than backstories. Other than backstories, these character developments throughout the movie were very good. But that's just for me. Like I said before, it's just the whole, I don't know where they came from or how they became part of this group. Other than that, that's basically where I'm coming from. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything else for you guys. That's just the big spoiler, and if you're a fan, you know that's probably what was going to happen anyway. So, with that, I will end this video, and basically, if you guys like this, hit those thumbs up buttons, leave your comments below, and stay tuned because I got a podcast coming with 2 of my buddies. Basically, they're going to come and join me. We're going to do a podcast, and we're going to talk more Star Wars for you guys. Alright guys, aloha.